What's going on, everybody? It's Joe Gentle with Team Tank Prop. Oh man! All right, all right. Here we go.
They're my favorite.
Make moves Monday. Motivation, mindset. All right, let's get it. What's going on, everybody? It's Joe Gentle with Team Take Profits. I'm here to help you trade and get paid.
You're so
Oh man. Make moves Monday. All right, here we go. Here we go. Take 26. What's going on, everybody? It's Joe Gentle with Team Take Profits. I'm here to help you trade and get paid. Welcome to Make Moves Monday. Motivation, mindset, trading psychology. This is where we learn to invest in ourselves before we invest in the market. All right, so let's start off this week making moves and not making excuses. In this video, we're going to talk about some mindset going into trading. Because here's the thing, guys. You can make a lot of money on a trade and you can have a monster trade. But if you don't know exactly how you did that, you can lose that, all of your profits, right on the next trade. It's the most aggravating thing in the world. You go in there and you slayed the market. You had a great trade. You did amazing. You got some amazing profit in a trade, and then you think, I finally got it. This is from beginners, you know. I finally got it, and then the next trade takes you right out of the market. How many times have you blown an account? You know. We're going to prevent that in today's video. Let's go. All right, guys, so let's get started on this. We talk about trading mindset, and we've heard it said a million times that trading is 90% psychology or 90% mindset and really only about 10% on the charts. And listen, I think that's a little cliche sometimes. We talk about what's the percentages, 90% this. It's different for everybody, guys. Somebody might really be strong when it comes to discipline and mindset, so they really need to focus on the skill set. And there's a lot of other people that maybe they're very technically proficient, so they can get the skill set down very easily, but maybe they're not so disciplined. So you can't really say it's 90% one thing, 10% the other, or 80%. It's not really like that. What really is happening is it's a mixture of who you are and what the markets are doing, and how we can marry that together perfectly for your 100% success. Really, it's not 90 and 10. It's 100% discipline, 100% mindset, and it's 100% skill set. It's not a breakdown, a hybrid of anything. It's really, you're giving 100% of your discipline and mindset and 100% of skill set into it, really making 100%. That's how trading really makes sense. That's how we are master traders. We're not there because we mastered some fraction of putting 90 or 89.6% of our mindset into the trading and 10.4. That's not how it works, guys. We're 100 in everything we do. Mindset, discipline, skill set, charts, preparation, mentoring, everything that we do, studying. It's all about giving 100 to everything we do. So with that being said, the thing I really want to talk about on this Make Moves Monday is really getting your mindset right and understanding how to give 100 into everything, right? How you do that, it's kind of like math. When you do math, you do multiplication and you check it by doing your work backwards, right? That's exactly what trading is all about. We check our work by starting from the end. In order for me to understand how to give 100 into everything, I got to know what I'm putting 100 into. I got to know what it is I'm doing to give 100 to. What if I'm giving 100 to the wrong things? What if I'm giving 100 to things that really don't matter? What if I'm giving 100 to things that people told me make sense, but really they're actually hurting my trade plan? See, that's where we have to be 100% in on what we know as traders and how we study, how we give ourselves to the craft. You know, we don't just jump in and say we're going to do whatever. We learn our craft. We study. we demo things. We put everything we have into becoming the best trader possible. And it's not even just a skill set, but just really understanding who we are, right? If we're going to be successful in anything in life, whether it be trading, whether it be being a successful father or husband or anything else in life for that matter, we need to understand who we are so that we can come from the right place. If I'm going to put 100 into something, then I need to know exactly what I'm putting 100 into. My family, that's worth it. I put 100 into that. My career, that's worth it. I put 100 into that. Trading, that's worth it. I put 100 into that. So now I break each one of those things down. My family, you know what? I'm gonna put 100 into being a husband. I'm gonna put 100 into being a father, right? I'm gonna put 100 into being a mentor. And it's the same thing with trading. You got to break those things down. I'm going to put 100 into my trading. So what does that mean? I'm going to put 100 into the skill set of learning what support and resistance does. I'm going to put 100 into learning a strategy that works for me. I'm not going to chase every strategy that comes. I'm not going to chase every strategy that people teach. There's thousands of them out there. I'm going to find what works for my trade plan, what works and makes sense to me, and I'm going to put 100 into it, right? My trade plan itself, I'm going to map out a trade plan and I'm going to put 100 into that. I'm not going to keep chasing every little trade plan. Oh, how do you do it? How do you do it? It's okay to take in some information, but guys, at the end of the day, we got to know what works for us because we got to know where we're coming from. What works for the next man might not work for you because he might be the technical guy and you might be the disciplined guy, right? You might be that disciplined trader that whatever I put in your hands, you're going to stick to it. But you might not really be strong with the skill set yet. Or somebody else, though, they might be super strong with the skill set. They could tell you every supply and demand zone. They could tell you every trend and every Fibonacci level and everything like that. But, man, they can't stay on track because they're trading 4% in one trade, 1% in the next trade. They're all over the map. That's why they don't win. So we got to find the formula that works for who you are as a person, right? So the first piece of advice I want to give you is to accurately and honestly assess and examine your trading periodically. I would say weekly, right? If you take at least once a week and sit down and look at your body of work for the week. And don't just say, I made money, so it was a good trade. No. I'm talking about bringing it further down than that. I'm saying examine yourself and how you approached trading for the week and do it accurately and do it honestly. Listen, man, anybody can judge themselves. It's like when you was in school, right? And the teacher said, today's class, we're gonna grade our own tests. Man, these kids were like, they got number 2 wrong, but nobody was looking, so they erased the answer and wrote the right answer down so they could give themselves credit for it. They're never going to get anywhere, right? That's not how you accurately and honestly assess yourself. When you take these trades, if you lost it, don't try to go back and fudge the numbers. Don't try to go back and no. I'm saying be honest and be accurate in how you grade yourself for the week, right? Come up with a nice little system, whether it be a star system or maybe a 1 through 5, a A through F, actually take the time and put the effort. You're putting 100 into this, not 95, not 62. You're putting 100 into this because if you want Forex to pay you for the rest of your life, you got to invest in yourself before you invest in the market, right? So you have to grade yourself honestly and accurately. So let me give you a couple of bullet points on how to do that, okay? Number 1, you got to learn how to follow your rules. But here's the thing. How can you follow rules that have never been set? Right? That doesn't even make sense. How am I supposed to follow a set of rules that I've never set before myself? In order to follow the rules, I have to have rules to follow, in other words. So what I'm telling you is before you're trying to learn strategy, I know that's the thing everybody wants. What's your strategy? How did you catch 100 pips? Man, you're ahead of yourself. I'm telling you right now, the first thing you should do is set yourself a set of rules. Set some barriers that you operate within, that you don't break that no matter what. For me, one of the most important rules I have is risk reward. If I don't see a 1 to 2 risk reward, I don't care what's going on. I'm not taking the trade because it doesn't fit my trade plan. right? And I got to tell you, for me personally, I was the guy that was very technical. I learned Forex pretty quickly. I was able to really get on the charts and understand what I was looking at, and really get in there and understand the market pretty quickly. But discipline was the issue for me. It was staying on track and not wanting to hit a home run. So I had to teach myself discipline, right? So for me, risk reward is like a number one rule for me. If it doesn't have the proper risk reward, I'm not reaching. I'm not going to overreach for something that doesn't make sense, right? So the first step, again, set yourself some boundaries. In other words, determine your trade plan. Set up some rules that you're going to follow no matter what. It doesn't matter what the market says. It doesn't matter who called the trade. It doesn't matter where you got it from or what news, or none of that matters. If it doesn't go inside of your trade plan and your set of trading rules, then we don't take the trade. That's number one. Number two, set your trade plan, your rules, and even the frequency of your trades, and stick to that, right? So if you know you don't want to take, 30, 40 trades at a time, we don't do that. Disciplined traders don't take, thousands of trades like that. For me, I've set that boundary. I take 3 to 5 trades a week. And after that, I'm content. I'm out of the markets. Right? So 1 to 2 risk reward, 3 to 5 trades a week. I'm out. I'm done. I'm going to go enjoy my family for the rest of the week now. Right? Oh, well, you're going to miss out on trades. I'm cool with that. That's part of my mindset. I'm cool with that. I know what I'm looking for, and I know that based on a percentage-based growth, it ain't about the number of trades. It's about the percentage that my account grows. So I'm really not interested in over trading or chasing the market. I'm interested in making sure that what I do counts, right? Number 3, I would say determine that risk reward. I talked about that a minute ago. Determine your risk reward system. If it's a 1 to 2 risk reward, in other words, I'm willing to risk 20 pips to get 40 pips, right? If the reward doesn't outweigh the risk, why would I want to risk $100 with the possibility of making 50, right? That doesn't make sense. No businessman in their right mind would do that. So what I'm telling you is that we need to set up a risk reward system that works for your trading strategy or your trading style. If you're a scalper, maybe it's 1 to 1. If you're a position trader like me, maybe it's 1 to 2 or even more. I know some people that do 1 to 3. And so I would say to you, look at the charts, learn your strategy and what type of a trader you are, scalper, day trader, position trader, swing trader. Figure out who you are and determine the risk reward based on that, right? And stick to it no matter what. And then listen, this is the most important thing. Number 4, stick to your plan. There's nothing that should knock you off of your plan. There's nothing that can come. The trade of the century. Man, I've heard that a million times. Oh, this currency's about to go through the roof. They've been saying it about Bitcoin. And I'm not knocking Bitcoin or nothing like that. I'm just saying, guys, stick to what you do and don't let nothing knock you off. Because just as quick as it can go up or down or whatever it is you are anticipating, it can go the opposite way and knock you right out. Stick to your plan no matter what. Set those rules and stick to them. So when you evaluate yourself, you don't even consider your wins and losses until last. That's not even something I'm evaluating until the very last. When I sit down for the week and I say, how did my week of trading go? I'm not even evaluating my wins, my losses. That's the last thing I look at. How much money did I make? That's the last thing I look at, guys. Because really, truthfully, at the end of the day, I judge myself based on, did I follow my rules? Did I follow my rules? Okay? That's the only thing that matters. That is the only thing that matters. Did I follow my rules? And guys, at this point, years of practice, years of teaching myself to be disciplined in the markets, I stick to my rules no matter what. I have people all the time, people on my team, people I trade with, mentors, people that I mentor, and others who mentor me, even peers that I trade with. they ask me a lot of times, I'd say at least once a week, I get asked, why are we leaving money on the table? And I'm saying, because it don't fit my trade plan. It doesn't fit what I do. And it might be work for you. And I'm not saying it's a bad trade. It might make money. But the minute I allow myself to move outside of the boundaries of my trade plan, that's when it's kind of like you give an inch and take a mile. Well, if that worked for me an inch, maybe I can make it a foot. Maybe if that foot worked for me, I can make it a yard. Maybe if that yard, I was still safe within that yard, I could still kind of hold on to the boundary. But now next thing you know, I'm 20 yards, 50 yards, 100 yards out. And before you know it, I take a big loss. Before you know it, I'm not into my flow of discipline. Suddenly I take a few losses in a row, and now I'm questioning, well, man, I'm back to the place where maybe I'm going back to the drawing board. Maybe I didn't know as much as I thought I did. Nah. I just stepped outside of my trade plan. I stepped outside of what I was supposed to be doing, right? So stick to your trade plan no matter what, and judge yourself solely on, did you follow the rules? That's the only thing that matters. Here's the reason why. Why does that make sense? So you're telling me that if I follow the rules and I lose money, that I was successful? That's how I should judge myself? Absolutely. Say, what are you talking about? That's what. Let me explain. If you followed a set of rules and you followed them to the T and you lost money, you weren't a failure that week. Your trade plan might have been. What you were following might not have been correct, but you did exactly what you were supposed to do. That's the difference, guys. That is how we determine success versus failure. We got to stop judging ourselves based on the failure or the success, and start understanding that maybe it's not you that failed, or maybe it's not you that can't trade. Maybe it's not you that did something wrong. Maybe you were just sticking to the wrong thing. Well, how can I ever know that if I don't stick to something? See, folks jump around to 20 new strategies constantly, doing something different all the time, and then wonder why they can never try to kind of figure it out. Well, you gotta start somewhere. Determine a trade plan and work it. And if you can go week in and week out, and you're following that trade plan to the discipline of like just militarily following that trade plan, not stepping off beat, and you're still not doing well, you are not the failure. Your trade plan was probably flawed. You were successful. You did exactly what you were supposed to do. You followed the plan that was set before you. Now, if it's not working, you didn't do wrong. Your trade plan was off. Now it's time to take a step back, reevaluate, and determine some new things for your trade plan. Get around somebody who knows more than you do. Get around somebody who is a better trader than you are. Get around somebody who has had a successful trade plan, and start to analyze theirs and maybe see if you can incorporate some rules from their trade plan into yours. But don't say I failed because I had a losing week. Did you stick to your plan? Oh, you did? You had a successful week in the market. Your trade plan did not. I hope that makes sense. At the end of the day, really, guys, it's not about boasting a win percentage or I won 4 out of 5 trades this week. I've had, in the early days of my trading, I had weeks where I would go maybe 11 wins and 2 losses or something like that, because I understood the technical proficiency of trading, but I would still lose money. I'm like, how did my account go down? It was because I had no discipline. I was taking one of them that was 1-to-1 risk reward and going 5% in. Next one, I would go 1-to-2 risk reward and go 1% in, and I had no real trade plan. I was just kind of trading whatever I saw and whatever people told me to do. At some point, I developed a trade plan that works for me, and I stuck to it. And I've evolved. It's evolved over time to become what it is today, and that's why I'm a successful trader. That's why I can mentor and teach you how to trade, because I've stuck to a trade plan that's allowed me to understand how to trade profitably, right? What I would say to you too is this: reward yourself, right? Reward yourself. Folks, this is about discipline, right? Reward yourself. If you stuck to the plan, oh man, I had a losing week. Pick yourself up. Go have a nice meal, man, or maybe do something that you enjoy doing, a leisure activity. Maybe give yourself a day to do whatever it is you like to do, right? A lot of us, we get into Forex and all we want to do is nose to the computer screen and we want to study constantly. I tell my team all the time, sometimes the best thing to do for the weekend is to completely unplug. Come back Monday with a fresh set of eyes. You know, if you stuck to your trade plan this week, if you did a good job sticking to it, whether you won or lost the trades, made money, lost money, whatever it is, if you were successful in sticking to a trade plan, reward yourself for that. Take a day off. Go have a nice meal. Go enjoy doing something. Go, whatever it is you enjoy to do. Reward yourself for your hard work. And on the other side of that, discipline yourself when needed. If you didn't stick to your trade plan, don't complain to somebody that the strategy didn't work. Don't come at me saying that the trade setups were no good. Don't say no. Did you stick to a trade plan? Right? If you didn't stick to that trade plan, discipline yourself. Maybe take that leisure activity away and say, I'm not doing this until next week when I did better on the charts. But when you have that structure in place, I promise you guys, you're gonna kill these markets. Here's the reason why, and this is the last thing I want to tell you. If success is not about the money we make, if success is not about the win percentage, if success is about the process, because if we all want to know something, guys, remember this too. Success is not a destination, it's a process, it's a journey. Success is not a place we go, it's a journey we stay on. What is success? When I make $1 million, I'm successful. Man, when you make $1 million, you're going to want 10. If I make $10 million, I'm successful. When you make 10, you're going to want 100. When I become a multi-millionaire and have a business, I'm successful. When you do that, you're going to want to be a billionaire. There's always something else you're going to want. You're never going to reach a place that you can say, I've arrived at the pinnacle. There's no more that I want to do. You're always going to want more. You're always going to stay hungry. That's the nature of who we are. Because success isn't a destination, it's a journey. Success is, here's the road I'm traveling, and I stay on it no matter what. Where you are on that road, that's not the question. Are you on the road? That's the question. So if you're on the journey, you're successful. Okay, so remember that. You're a winner. Okay, too many traders get down on themselves because of losses. They get down on themselves because they don't master a strategy. Man, that's later. That's later. Don't beat yourself up because you haven't mastered a strategy. You can take a 50% winning percentage strategy, a simple moving average strategy that wins 50% of the time. And if you have a disciplined trade plan, I can show you how you can gain 5% on your account weekly easily with a 50% win percentage. Win one, lose one. That's not the, don't worry, don't get too harsh on yourself over win percentage and strategy. Be more firm with yourself about your trade plan and following your rules, sticking to them and not deviating no matter what comes. So if you stayed to your, if you stuck with your rules and you stayed with it, man, you had a successful week. You ought to congratulate yourself. You're a winner. You did great. Imagine this. Now I want to leave you with this thought. Imagine taking that winner that's down on themselves constantly because they didn't make money, this and that. Listen, guys, take that same winner who rigidly stuck to a trade plan, and even when they were losing, they were disciplined and they stuck with it, and now put a proper winning strategy and trade plan in front of that person, and they stick to that. You take a winner and put something that works in front of them, and you see what happens next. You're going to see somebody that's going to make global impact. You're going to see somebody who's able to make more money in their investments than they ever dreamed. They're going to be able to have more success and help so many other people more than they ever were able to imagine because of discipline, because of mindset, because of success mindset. Being a winner, not chasing every little thing. I am not impressed by anybody who can go out and scalp the market for $1,000 because they were using $100 pips and man, stop. I'm not impressed with any of that. I am impressed with the person who can stick to something and take the lumps of the losses and rejoice in the victories and the wins and stick with it and don't deviate. That's what I'm impressed with. So if you're looking to get better at trading, stop focusing on strategy. Stop focusing on all this other superficial stuff. Come back to examining yourself. Start tapping into that disciplined winner inside and say, I'm going to stick to this. And if something needs to be adjusted, it's not going to be me. It's going to be the trade plan, because I'm going to stick to it. I'm going to be disciplined, because success is not the destination. It's the journey. And that's where I'm at. All right, guys, there you have it. Make Moves Monday. Motivation, mindset, trading psychology. Didn't that make so much sense? I hope that really helped you to understand what's really important in the market. It's not about the win percentage and all that. Guys, you got this. Success is the journey. The fact that you're watching this video right now, the fact that you're still grinding even after the losses, and the fact that you're sticking with it, that's it. You're successful. Now, let's get you in front of something that can take that successful person to the promised land, okay? So, you got this. Let's hit the ground running this week. Let's slay these charts this week. Be disciplined, stick with it, and look, if this is you, I know there's a lot of folks out there that, you know, you've been, I get people every single day on my YouTube channel, social media, all these different places. They're reaching out to me, I'd say at least 20, 30 people a day reaching out to me saying, you know, I want you to help. I want you to, you know, all this kind of stuff. Or I've tried 1,000 different things and nothing worked, and maybe Forex just isn't for me. Listen, don't give up on Forex. Forex is the driving force behind every other investment in the world. Okay, Forex is king. All right, nothing is bigger or more powerful than Forex as far as investment in finances is concerned. Check out the mentorship program, tradinggetpaid.com. Click mentorship. Fill out the mentorship application and join the team. We're slaying the markets. People are making money. Beginners are coming in and learning how to trade. It's awesome. Tradeandgetpaid.com. Check out the website, and you know, let's get you on the right track. Okay. And don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, click the little bell notification, and remember, there's no middle ground. You either make moves or make excuses. I'll see you next week.